Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to scrape Clutch and all the agencies on Clutch so you can send the most high quality campaigns possible. This is one of the many flows I use for my clients in terms of sourcing really high quality leads and booking hundreds of appointments in like the last year or so. So I'm going to get right into it. You can have a look at the flow. I'll walk you through how everything works. So if you don't know what Clutch is, here it is. It's pretty much I guess an agency. Hire the right mobile development company it's just a big database for lots of different companies. And the idea is you can scrape this while not actually logged in, so you don't have to deal with it, and you can do it automatically. So pretty much if you're looking for, let's say, we're just going to take like web developer, sure. And then you have any location, we're just going to do United States, right? Get started. So this is some of the most high quality, like modern data. And when you look at something like this, you have all the, I guess, the setup for the domain. So when you are looking to scrape any sort of database, when you're not completely logged in, of course, because that's like a different thing, this is so important, the URL, right? And that's like kind of obvious. So pretty much, here we are. So if I scroll down to the bottom, and then if I go to page 2, right, this is where it gets kind of interesting. When I go to page 2, I get a URL that looks like this with a page 1 at the end. And what this basically means is that if I go to page 10 and I put in page 10, it changes. And I understand the Sabaz Labs is still there, but that just means that they're featured, which means they're sponsored to show up. So they're like paying to like be there. So like look, it's Cochitas, Minton Media. And if I go to let's say like 5 or something, right? So Cochitas and Minton Media, and this is like mutual mobile sunrise integration. So as you can see, it's changing. So time to get into the clay table and how this works, right? I will explain each of these. So I'm going to move this over because this is more relevant. You basically want to run a numbered row between 1 and this is 2000 because one of them had 2000 searches and I was doing this for another client, right? And wait, should I use this one instead? I'm pretty sure I fixed this. Yeah, I did. Okay, we're gonna close that. I was trying to get this right for you guys pre-video. So pretty much we have the number and then we have the random number. And this is the agency URL. So if I just come over here, so you basically copy and paste in this URL, everything before page. So if I control C this and control V, shoot. Right, okay, here we go. Right. And then here, oh yeah, okay, so the least equal sign. Perfect. So what this does is this URL now will match this and it will be specifically matched up with this number of 1 to Narnia. Like it's basically fucking Narnia because it's just that long. Whoa, don't run all of them. Stop. Let's hope this doesn't mess up everything. Yeah, so it wasn't supposed to do that. I should have turned off auto dupe or whatever, auto run. So from here, right, you then have the URL. So if I was to click on this, it would open this exact URL and then you can scrape this page. And one of the things with this is that when you're going about this, I was thinking about using Zenros because Zenros is like super cheap. But the issue is they do not have a how do I describe it? The cell limit for Clay is either 8 GB or 16 GB, and it's not enough to house a full row. So your best option is using Clayagent to scrape the website, and it will only output this specific data. And you want to use a specific JSON format so you can then format it afterwards. So this is the prompt. It's just like, I'm going to provide you with a Clutch website, find all the names. This is this. This is the JSON format. Don't be limited by JSONs. Only scrape this page and no other. Here's the site, right? And then you just give them the site. Clayagent will go to the site. And I'm just going to run these 2. And we'll do 3 as well. We'll do 4. We'll do 4. I'll be a bit special, right? And if this takes too long, I will pause this and we'll just, yeah, let me pause. I'll be back in a second. Right, we are back. And look, as you can see, it's run here. And of course, there's going to be some duplicates, and that's just how it is because of these sponsored rows. But pretty much now what you do is you get the JSON. This is the formula I'm putting it through, and this basically loops through a JSON, gets all of the links inside the JSON, and then it separates it by a comma. And you'll understand why I need to do this in a second. This is the formula, and then it looks kind of like this. And then from here, you do extract values from data, whatever it's called, extract data values from data, and then you then run an advanced custom regex. So this is just a regex for it just basically matches patterns up, so you can extract values from data with patterns. And you run this regex formula, and what this will do is it'll then turn it into a list, and then this list is then put into a record. So then we write to a different table because we want to use all the data, of course. We write to a different table. You just loop through the list with the matches, so it's just here. And the final thing I have is which is a random number, which is 1 or 2. This basically means that if the list is bigger than 50k, which sometimes it is, you can then separate it out into multiple different tables. So if we head over to agencies 1 now, oh yeah, so this just ran without me, which is nice. Okay, I can just go through it. So the first thing is this gets mapped over. So I'll just show you this in live action. Hopefully this works. If I come back here, because I didn't actually show what it looked like. So this is 1. So pretty much, you run the agency link scrape. It'll run the queue, and we're gonna sit here. I know I skipped through it last time. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna watch it happen. Because okay, maybe we won't sit through this. um, Come on, hurry up. Okay, right. I'm gonna pause, right, and then once it starts moving, I'll move over. Right, that did not take long, right? So as you can see, it went through the whole process. It's creating 91 records, and then it mapped over to this table here, and it went from 211 to 113 to 210. And then give it a second. It's just updating now. Usually it doesn't like when I'm watching because then it just stops working. Let me see. So if I come back here, I'll just reload this. Here we are. Clay, sometimes when you're mapping stuff over Clay, it just stops working. So as you can see here, so this is an additional, like more rows. And the way this works is we get the company name, we run it through a Clearbit extension, and it will basically map over to a domain. And then once we have the domain, if we don't have an output, so this has no result, we then ask Claygen to go find the domain name. We ask Claygen to go find the domain name, and then it's very simple. We just be like, look, this is from Clutch. Your goal is to find the domain. If you cannot find it, output NA, right? And what happens is it'll go through, it'll find it, it'll just output it. And then from here, you then map it all to a new column. You check if the URL is valid. If it's valid, then you output on this row here. And then once this is here, you then have a master domain, of course. And this master domain, you can do a lot of different things with it. You can go in, you can look for the owner, you can look for the founder, you can look for people that are relevant, you can enrich within Clay. You can do a lot with this data, but the idea is these are agencies operating right now, so you can build your own lead lists and you don't have to depend on basically other like bullshit databases that aren't like as up to date. Like these are literally people on the sites right now looking for work. And this is just the same process, but for 2. And yeah, so this is the idea behind the entire kind of Clutch setup. Yeah, so that's it. If you are interested, right, there's a link below. It's pretty much me helping you, or just me pitching you a bunch of stuff about what we've been talking about for the last like 10 minutes or so, setting this up in your business, booking more calls. So if this is something you're interested in, you can hit the link. If not, no worries, guys. It's literally no worries. I'm putting this all out for free so you guys can like do it yourselves as well with Clay. So yeah, there's that. If you find this interesting, or if you find it useful, you can drop the like. I'm going to keep posting stuff like this, so maybe a sub would be much appreciated as well. And otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you.